Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead Cells, the game where we continue recording despite having the probably obvious onset of a gravelly voice. We're hunting out blueprints here. I don't know exactly how this works, if I should be throwing this at every enemy or every type of enemy. I don't know, but I know that there's blueprints out there to be had. Oh shoot, he's an elite? So where's my, what is this? What? It's a blueprint extractor. Use this on a monster transformed by the hunter's grenade with less than 40. Oh, okay. Okay. Too much health. Why are you not teleporting? There you go. Oh, you're... Wait a minute. There's two elites here? How is there no target? I just hit you. Or is it you I need to... Holy jumpin' Joseph. I have no idea what's happening here. If this is what's going to happen all the time, I'm never doing this again. I'll tell you that much. Okay, you cannot have too much health because... Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I can't believe I just came back from a cut in a video. 1 minute in, I'm dead. I don't know what that was about. Not a clue. I'd rather just be talking about Relentless and consoles again. I don't know, but if you're out there and you remember that game, you know, drop me a line, because that was truly like my probably I would have to say, apart from maybe some of my experience with Final Fantasy. I have a very weird experience with Final Fantasy, but the whole series really. Mainly in that I've never finished a Final Fantasy game, as much as I love those games. We'll talk about that another time, but I think Relentless in that summer, it wasn't full summer, there was some school left, because I remember checking in with this guy that was also playing the game at school, but then also calling from home, and I remember it being very summery out, so it might have been like, you know, just kind of leading into summer, kind of like your May, June, and then maybe a little bit into the summer proper, July type stuff, and just, you know, solving those problems and going on that adventure together with someone who wasn't a friend, was just someone who also enjoyed the experience that game had to offer, and you know, good memories with that. Yeah, probably my favorite experience or memory with the game. And there's been a few. I mean, I enjoy games, so I mean, there's been obviously plenty of good times. But yeah, just very much a fond memory, warm memories. Oh, and then, yeah, also worth mentioning, after that time, trying to replicate that was just about impossible. So that game ended up developing this very, very idealized position in my life, because I ended up buying Dead Cells, mandatory nose itch. Here we go. Oh, my apologies. Still an A coffee. That game I ended up somehow able to buy the game on CD. Now, this was after all that happened. I got the game for free on a bunch of discs from the teacher who originally brought it into the school and introduced me to it that way. Got it for free from him. Played it on that one computer. Boom, end of story, right? Finished it. It was gone, out of my mind. Parents get the next Dell deal based on the TV in a couple of years, and the game wasn't on that computer anymore. Didn't have the discs to play it, so it disappeared. Didn't mind. It had been done. Mind you, didn't know that grade, what was that? That would have been grade 6 Broman would one day want to go back and play it. And so I didn't care. Then all of a sudden, no, I've got to play this. Enter the age of the internet, the age of, little Broman in small town Canada is now has access to a wider world, and there's Amazon and there's places that you can order things online. Couple that with my nostalgic desire to replay Relentless, and you end up with me buying a copy online in the hopes that I can play it again, obviously, right? Why else would I buy it if I didn't want to play it? I held on to that disc, that CD, for years, literal years, hoping one day I'd be able to play it. Couldn't play it on the PC that I had bought it for at the time. Again, I was not a PC guy. I didn't know, I still don't know much about computers. I know the basics. I know more than I did before, enough to get by and know, what I need to play, what I want, which I didn't know then. But yeah, couldn't play it. For whatever reason, the PC it didn't jive with the PC. Still don't know the exact reason why. Closest I ever got, the ultimate tease, like ultimate cruel joke the universe played on me. One of the computers I had eventually took the installation, did it all, would play the intro, the loading screen. It's this white loading, not loading screen, but white, let's go for it. It's bleeding. Oh, it's bleeding. We're not in a bleeding run this time. Screw it. Let's do it. There's a white screen, like an intro screen from the publisher or developer, whatever it was. And then this like cougar or lion face came on. It was this nice noise. The soundtrack to that game, I didn't mention. Whole session is just going to be me gushing over Little Big Adventure. The soundtrack to that game, phenomenal. Just throwing that out there. Was able to hear the soundtrack, able to see that splash screen for the game, the people who made the game, and then that was it. Couldn't play it. Nothing. Couldn't even try. It just would not load. Would not play. Whatever it was, we're dead again. Who cares? I'm telling a story. That's what's important. So I held on to that thing for years. Never able to play it off that disc, that CD that I bought. I think I only just got rid of it. I was in my had to be mid to late 20s by the time I got rid of that disc, that CD. And it's because computers now don't have, it was like it wanted you to install on DOS. It wanted all kinds. I'd given up. Totally given up on, I think I even tried it with DOSBox, because I ended up playing a bunch of DOS. I don't know. Never able to play it from that. Hadn't played it for any length of time since I was in grade 6 or 7, whatever it was. Given up on it. Enter, again, you enter a new age, new hope, new possibility. What is it, GOG? Is that what it is? They've got a bunch of old games. I don't know, whatever. They had it. There it is, Little Big Adventure. I go. Now, again, I held on to it for years, but I'm not just holding on to it. I also, every time I got a new computer, would try it. Would periodically just try installing and playing it again, just in case, by magic something had changed. Just this unfounded, no basis in reality hope that somehow magically something had just changed and I would be able to play it on the computer that I hadn't before. Just to get myself frustrated again, just to rehash all those old wounds, just for the hope of being able to recapture some of that youthful exuberance. And no luck. Then enter the new age, the GOG. I think it's GOG. I'm gonna make a fool of myself, but I can't remember what it is. Bought it there. Boom, it works wonderfully. Played it. There's the jail. There's Twinson. He's bobbing around in the jail. do the thing to get the guard to come in. Loving it, every minute of it. All, you know, young B Roman is just infatuated that, you know, I'm like a kid again, sitting in that computer room in my house in small town Canada, you know, with my mother gone and to the next room or whatever, and I'm just chilling out. Rush to the kitchen and grab a snack, and before doing homework, it's just so many good memories, right? Just all come flooding back. Playing it, loving it. Got to the first puzzle, beat the first puzzle. You're pushing shipping containers, like box crates around in a warehouse, so you can get a ticket to go on the boat to get off that first island. Did that, great, love it. This is amazing. Didn't touch it again. I don't know what it is, what is wrong with me, I don't know. I go through all that. I played it for maybe an hour, maybe. That's probably a stretch. It was just that hunt, you know, you want to, that thing that you cannot have, that you track down and desperately want. It says something about my personality, I'm sure. I just wanted to know that it was there, and that I could get it, that I could play it. And, yeah. Just that's all I wanted. And it was sad because I'd love to play it again, and just talking about it has made me want to go back. But I mean, I think we know how that would end, right? And I mean, it also now has been, when I did play it, it had been like 20 years since I had first played it. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. Close, certainly 10 to 15, at least. I would say close to 20. So the game, I mean, it's aged fine. It looks the same as it did. The music is timeless, but it was just more, you know, romanticizing that time and idealizing, you know, nostalgia goggles, powerful force, nostalgia, and you know, wanting it and chasing it was more important than actually having it. Or at least more important than doing anything with it once I had it. Having it was important. Knowing that I could turn it on was important. But yeah, it just goes to show you, if not human nature, at least my nature. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. You know, I follow that principle where I'm not special. I'm not the one who is odd, or the one who is, you know, totally unique from everyone else. I mean, if I experience it and think it and feel it, I'm sure there's at least, you know, a measurable portion of the population that also feels that way. And so if I'll spend, you know, 20 years on and off searching down this one video game, I'm sure there's other people, and then not play it, I'm sure there's other people who would do the same. And it was kind of sad. And then I got rid of that computer just recently. I had that computer for a long time, a good 10 years, 8 or 9 years maybe would be more accurate, but still a long time by modern PC standards. And it was, again, I inherited, you know, my family's disposition, and it was just a Dell computer. Like, I know it's, you know, probably, you know, PC Master Race would be just, oh, and the idea of buying prefab from Dell is just, oh, well, that's what I did, and that's what this computer is too. I have no shame. I don't know anything about it. I want this, and this. I go into Dell. They have this and this and this. I pay them money. They give me a computer that has this, and this. What more could I possibly ask for as a consumer? As an ignorant consumer, right? That's all I need. So it works out for everybody. And, yeah. Got the new computer. I'm sure if I bought it, I'm sure I still own it. It's just a matter of installing it on this computer, and I'll need to have, you know, the password to that platform, that whatever platform it was called, and then I could get at it again. I wish I could remember. Is it GOG? Good Old Games or something? Yeah, that must be it, right? I'd even be willing to pay for it again, to be honest with you. I would buy LBA, Little Big Adventure, Twin Sims Odyssey, Relentless, whatever you want to call it. I'd be willing to buy it again for this PC and never play it. But I would, and that's, you know, I mean, that's probably a diagnosable condition of some description. But I would do it, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's that important to me. It's that games have that impact, and I'd like to be able to experience something like that again, new, again, in that sort of long form narrative adventure type game. Not afraid of the time investment necessary, from everything from the time needed to just experience the story, to the time needed to load up a game of that magnitude on a daily basis, and load the cutscenes and in between scenes, transitions, and just be comfortable with it. I'd love to have that experience again. There was no, when you're a kid, the world is timeless. You have all the time in the world, right? So sitting in my computer room for 2 or 3 hour sessions repeatedly of LBA was just, it was fine. It was second nature. Who cares? Now it's like time is a precious resource. It slips away every day. And, either I'm going to spend my time getting in a whole whack of Dead Cells runs, or am I going to spend my time getting in, a few minutes of story? It's just your perception changes, I guess. I don't know. It's another bit of a rabbit hole, not quite as bad as the last one, but it leaves me with more positive feelings anyway than the last one did about myself and the world around me anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that my focus has had to change, but I'm also at peace with it. I've had the best of both worlds now. I've loved being able to pick up a game like Isaac and burn out on that, and get real platinum god or whatever variation thereof on in every iteration, except the original. I have not 100%ed the original Isaac, but ever since Rebirth, I've gotten all the achievements, and being able to do that and pick up and play like that, and then also having the long form experiences of Relentless and Final Fantasy games. I'm always been about the adventure, right? I'm the adventure guy. It's the adventure that I crave. It's the adventure that I value. The story, the process of playing the game, not the process of beating the game or of dominating the game. It's the process of experiencing the game, right? You experience the game, the story, the mechanics, yes, but oh god, yeah, we're not long for this world. We've not been throwing the grenade. We don't have what it takes to kill. Once we get something with the grenade, once we find something with this grenade, so we're doomed. But this has been also more about, again, the story and the process rather than the actual finding of blueprints. It's been about the stories and the memories, so we'll just take it at that and move on. Another scroll behind a paywall. Oh, speaking of which, and again, trying to balance pick up and play with longer form experiences, I installed Fortnite. Because shooting, and no story obviously, shooters still play smaller, but still play a role in my gaming history. So I mean, I'm not totally foreign to them. So I thought, Fortnite looks like fun. I'll give it a shot. Played it for an hour or so last night, and it's just, I don't think it's gonna be a go. I don't know. I might come back and try. Glad it was free. Let's just put it that way. Because as much as I enjoy watching it from time to time, and some of the drama and interesting things going on around the game, it's not. It's probably not for me. I just was getting nauseous. The controls were just, and that might just be a practice issue, but I'm gonna have to sneeze here. Excuse me. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, I did not catch on very quick. I felt like a fool a couple of the deaths where I'm scrambling around trying to enter build mode here, and I can't get the walls up, and some guy just comes behind me and pops me. Just not the greatest feeling, but. And then on top of that, throw on top of that heap the slow creeping feel of nausea from the FOV, I guess, is just was not good. I tried with the controller, tried with the keyboard. Neither one seemed very intuitive. Loved the game style, the attitude, the atmosphere. Loved all that stuff, but I don't know. Just don't think it's gonna stick. But it was just about exploring, trying to find something new, you know, that wasn't long form narrative, that would have been more pick up and go. Maybe play some on recording, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we'll just keep looking, you know, there's no harm in looking. We're just perusing. I've even thought of just playing. I'm trying to get, I guess does that mean I don't have all the achievements? It must mean I don't have all the achievements for Isaac. Because I'm trying to do that thing I haven't done yet where you unlock Real Platinum God on all 3 save files. I haven't done that. I'm on the second one. And I had thought of just recording that journey. You know, it's been done to death, but I mean, like I said, this is more about practicing the art of commentary rather than the commentating itself and the end product itself. We got to get in the animations done. That's the part, and that's the part that's really discouraging. Or I will allow myself to feel discouraged because really dropped the ball there. Had that other gag that I wanted to that other gag that I wanted to tell, and with the NL and the Mysterium episode, yeah, we're dead. But stopped because I didn't want to give the punchline away, which is ridiculous because nobody watches those videos anyway. But just I held there on that video that I was doing it. I said, you know what? We're gonna put a cut in here because I don't want to give this away before it goes up. Ridiculous, I know, but I did it. I'll admit it. I'm being a straight shooter. The thought went through my head, and then I stopped because I added an element to the joke, which included some copyrighted music. 10 seconds of it, just to kind of really hit the punchline home, and my uncertainty on what would happen to me and the channel with that copyrighted music to stop me from making any progress. And there's really no need for that because there's ways around it. I could still put the video out, and I don't think anything would happen even if I did use the video with the music in the video. So we'll have to come back to that. I'll have to get over myself a little bit, come back to that, do what I want to do, be creative about it, accept the consequences later, and at least chalk it up to a lesson learned. Because I've had copyright messages on Celeste videos, and I understand what they were getting at and what they did, but I also don't want to have the full-fledged strike against me, right? I think that's a little bit more damning and irreversible for someone like me. No one's going to listen to me if I try to say it's satire or it's whatever. No one's going to listen to me. I probably don't have a case or anything. I'm not monetizing on it, but I still don't want that strike. If that strike sticks with you, then how am I, little me, ever going to get it lifted? It just seems like a world of headaches for no reason. All I want to do is create silly videos. The copyrighted music is not going to form the crux of that video. It's not like I'm not monetizing it, but they still have a right to how that content is used. I'm sure I don't disagree with it. I worry about the ambiguity and the kind of one-sided. There's no one that can give you a clear answer that says, yes, this is okay. You kind of got to do it and hope for the best. And if you don't get the best, then you got to deal with the worst. And that's kind of the story of my life. So I don't really need that in YouTube. We'll probably put a cut in here. I don't know what we're going to come back with. It's a mystery from day to day. For me, it's a mystery from day to day for you. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the weirdness. Enjoy the rabbit holes. I want more rabbit holes. I want more fundraising talk. I want more Twinson's Odyssey. It's going to be a Tbroman Odyssey here. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about a lot of weird stuff. It's going to get even weirder than it's been. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for you to look forward to it with me. We're going to do it. It's going to be fabulous. But until then, thanks very much. See you soon.